You ever notice how the system don't just exist around us and it's programmed against us? Every bias, every headline, every policy crafted to keep Black truth quiet and Black power contained. That's why Phillip Scott wrote Us versus the Machine. This book isn't just pages and ink, it's a blueprint. It exposes how racism was engineered, marketed, and made to survive. If you've ever wondered why we're still fighting the same battles with new names, this book gives you the answers and the reminder that we are not powerless. We've just been playing inside somebody else's system. So family, go get Us, Feed the Machine by Phillip Scott on Amazon. Because when you understand how the game was built, that's when we finally start to win.
You know, one thing that happens with some of us that, we kind of scale up, even though we in a society that try to screw us over, sabotage us, we still get it out the mud. And a lot of times we make a success of ourselves. And because we make a success of ourselves, some of us are in areas that's considered, low income, and sometimes it's impoverished, and what comes along with that, just sometimes crime comes along with that, because we know by research, poverty and crime kind of go hand in hand. But once you get up out of that, you go move into other areas where you don't see that because there's more opportunities in those areas. But there's some of us who purposely want to move to all white areas, not just better areas to live, but all white exclusively. And some of these people, have issues when they do that. Case in point, check out what our sister has to say.
I really don't care how mad this make y'all, but all y'all Black, my all white neighborhood, y'all always be so disappointed when they treat y'all like you're in an all white neighborhood. It's all white because they don't want us there. Why you show yourself up there and think that your kids gonna feel comfortable and relatable and their culture is gonna be accepted or enhanced or taught or considered or loved in an all white neighborhood? So when you brag that you in an all white neighborhood and you get what comes of being in an all white neighborhood, just keep it to yourself, because keep that same energy and just keep it to yourself. Stay just as proud when you're treated the way people are treated in all white neighborhoods, because I was never impressed when you said that. But it always just bothers me, like, why y'all think people, I don't know if it's the LA in me, but why y'all think we don't care? I ain't moving to that neighborhood. They don't want me there and I don't want to be there. And I love everybody. But if something is anything, that means that's all that they want there, okay? So when you show up...
Here's the thing. Any Black person who says that mess, my white neighborhood. First of all, the average Black American don't talk that way. So if you are speaking that way, it lets me know that you probably shucking and jiving, okay? Now, here's the mentality of some of them. When they purposely move to these quote-unquote all-white neighborhoods. They do this because some of them feel like they have to have white validation to make it, okay? And if they move to an all-white community and their kids are the only Black person in school, or maybe one or two Black people in the whole school, they feel that, hey, I am successful because I'm going over here with the white people, okay? And they do that for them. They don't do that for their children. They say, I want to put my children in a better place. No, you don't. Because if you want to really do some research and put your children in a quote unquote better place, that will be the last place that you will put your children. Because if you know anything about those enclaves, I don't care if they suburb or whatever the case may be, when it is 90+% of them and 1 or 2% of us, you're going to deal with a higher degree of anti-Black racism. The higher their percentage, the higher the degree of the anti-Black racism you're going to deal with. The higher our percentage, the more you got backup when you start dealing with it. You understand? So you only have 1 or 2%, and let's call it what it is. Some of that 1 or 2% don't even fool with the other Black people because they just like them. And they don't want to fool with them because they like, I don't like them. What they doing over here? You understand what I'm saying? So the children is more so what I'm concerned about. Now, if you grown, you want to go move in an area like that and they treat you the way they treat you, then that's cool. That's on you at that point. I'm not tripping about that. You get listen, as the sister said, you move to an all white area and you get that all white treatment, I'm good with it. I'm not mad at them. Let's call it what it is. If they went to a particular area and it's way away from the city at that, and you go away from the city into their enclave, right? They did some white flight, And if they start looking at you sideways and funny and trying to figure out why you over there, I mean, I'm not mad at them. Because if they did whatever they could to get far away from black people and you still following them, then because like that's just to say it, most of us don't want to be in no area with them. We want to be in an affluent area that's us. Listen, if you say, okay, this is the city for black people, right? And it's affluent, black people will be there. All the neighborhoods are at least minimum middle class. No crime, no issues. Everybody doing good, great jobs, resources there, good schools. You know what I'm saying? Public safety is good. Infrastructure is good. That's what we want. We don't want to go move nowhere with them folks at. That's the truth. None of us think about that. Ooh, I want to go stay over there with the folks. No. Now, if we move out of our neighborhoods, we may move to a diverse community, which has everybody, right? But just to go to all white enclaves, you're looking for trouble. I've been preaching that sermon to all of us for a long time by covering incidents of anti-black racism, especially with our children in school. Every time I cover one of those stories, the first thing I do, I go look at the demographic, the racial demographics of that particular city and the school. And every time it's a major incident, it's always where the black people are an extreme minority in that city. And you have at least 90+% white. And that is a choice by the parents or parent to go move in those cities or those areas. Just as much as it's a choice of mine to put my daughter in a particular school where I live, it is a choice. I would not want to subject my 11-year-old to that, dealing with them. Now, I know at times you got to deal with them, but it has to be under certain conditions. Now, of course, if she get grown, she deal with things how she deal with them. But while her father is over her for now, she gonna be in places where I feel and my wife feel is best, and we're not gonna have them in no enclave like that. No, because I won't put up with anti-black racism, and neither will my wife put up with it either. She will not put up with it. But that's not a flex because you went over there with them folks. That's not a flex. Nobody look at that as a flex. Only a bootlick will look at that as a flex. So yeah, somebody flexing you like, oh, I stay in a white area, white neighborhood, like she said, nobody care about that. Like we are not impressed by that. Like you tell me about these enclaves, we know the food not good. We know that. So shoot, you want me to keep going what is not good in those areas? But you traded all your culture to go over there with them folks. Yeah, you need to stay over there too. And when they treat you like they looking to treat you, don't come back.